Hello everyone, once again it is I. I'm by myself obviously, I'm a little tired, I apologize. I've just had my brain cells killed the last few weeks with all these fucking dumbass movies. So we saw another one today, or I saw another one today. This is one of those movies I couldn't get anyone to go see. Everyone's fucking busy right now. So it's like, you know what? We got such a big workload right now. I just need to get this crap done. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll see this by myself. So this is Seventh Son. Never did figure out why that fact was important in the movie. I'll get to that. But this is the medieval movie with Jeff Bridges and Julia Dreyfus, who I didn't know was in this. I don't know if she was in the trailers or not. God, I mean, this movie it's bad. I mean, it's really bad, but it didn't make me angry, necessarily. This is a B movie, through and through, this is a B movie, and there are parts, like, if you take it from that perspective, it's kind of entertaining, kind of the same way that Dracula Untold was entertaining, which is, like, it's just really dumb. But it's also kind of hilariously dumb because there is something really special about not giving a fuck Jeff Bridges that makes this movie watchable and even a little entertaining. Unfortunately, this isn't as good as Dracula Untold was. This was just like bad, but I can survive it easily enough. I feel like if I had a few drinks in me, I would enjoy this movie a lot more. I should have before I saw this movie. There was nobody in my theater in this fucking thing. Well, there was initially. When I got in there, it was just me, and I have never been that depressed to see a bad movie in my life. In hindsight, I kind of wish no one else showed up. I did get like a couple that came in, and like one guy who came by himself, which I don't know what his story is, but I'm kind of curious. I think I heard him chuckle a couple times, or maybe he's doing the exact same shit I'm doing, except, you know, he might be professional. But, yeah, so this movie, it's like, this movie feels like it was originally meant to be a Mortal Kombat movie that got, that they couldn't get the rights to, so they said, fuck it, mate, and threw this shitty thing together. Like, I don't know what the story about this movie is. I heard it was delayed from, like, last year, I think, and I don't know. I just know this is really dumb. Okay, so I guess I'll go over the story then, since there's not much to say. Like, this is dumb. This is really dumb. I just get redundant. So the story starts right off the bat. By the way, the pace of this movie is really funky. Like, it's the first 5 or so minutes of the movie are so rushed that it takes forever to figure out what the hell's happening. Because the movie starts out with this ridiculously epic music to open on a very mundane task of a guy slamming what looks like a cage door on top of a well. And so one of our main characters, Gregory, played by Jeff Bridges, we open on him as a younger man, and he's locking somebody up, we don't know who, and then just very quickly, jarringly, it suddenly just keeps flash forwarding months, I'm assuming years ahead of time, until suddenly a red moon appears, and then whoever's locked in the cage goes, I'm strong enough now, and then breaks free and turns into a dragon, and then flies off. And you're sit there wondering, like, what the fuck? What is what? Why? Can we get an explanation, please? And we don't even get an explanation until God knows when in the movie. I don't think we get an explanation like 30 minutes in on who the hell she is and why the hell we should care. And then we flash forward, like, I don't know, 30, 40 years later. It doesn't really specify. Where we see Jon Snow, who I didn't know was in this, and I was just like, oh fuck, this guy again. Like, I like him in Game of Thrones, but he has not done a single good thing since, as far as I know. I mean, granted, the only I saw him do besides this was Pompeii, and, well, if you want to know why I think on that one, you can go watch that review. But he's like Jeff Bridges' apprentice, and Gregory's apprentice. The only reason I remember Gregory's name is because they must repeat it over and over like 500 fucking times. Because apparently he's a legend. He's this... Oh, who's texting me and why? Okay. Sorry, that's stuff for tomorrow. Anywho, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Jon Snow. So, Jon Snow is the apprentice of Gregory, who is what they call spooks, which it is so hard to call yourself that as a serious monster hunter, to call yourself a spook and to take that seriously. And they say it with such a straight face. I don't know how they did it. Because like, the spook is after us. I'm like, do you guys realize how dumb this sounds? Anyway, Jeff Bridges is doing his, I don't care what kind of character I'm playing, I'm just gonna ham it up for all intents and purposes, and he is, I don't know if he's having fun or he just not giving a fuck. Either way, he's the most entertaining part of this movie, because he does the B word fat that Patton Oswalt jokes about. You know, I bought the bracelet for Brenda's birthday. He's talking like that through the whole movie. So he does this weird thing with his lips, where he talks kind of like this for the whole movie. And it's the first time it happened, I would start laughing because I'm like, fucking really? This is what we're doing? It's like Nicolas Cage in that video on demand movie that I'm definitely gonna watch because it's Nicolas Cage, called Outcast, where it's like, you could tell they're just in this for the paycheck, so we're gonna do whatever the hell we want. And it feels like they just said, okay, yeah, fine, whatever, we don't, yeah, it's just no fucks given. This movie's like no fucks given. But, then they go into, so the movie opens with Jon Snow waking up the dude or disturbing the dude who is busy on an alcoholic binge. Because there's a bell ringing. Apparently when there's a bell ringing, that means someone is summoning a spook somewhere. So that means Jeff Bridges needs to go to work. And apparently, they go to this church, I don't know what it is, and right off the bat, we already have some really cheesy action. There's a part where, like, they walk into a church and they see, like, possessed little girl who's chained to, like, I don't know, one of those, like, holy water pools, you know, where you do all that. And, but she's possessed, so he's doing the not Linda Blair impression, except they don't have any makeup on her face, so it just looks like a little girl trying to look angry, which is hysterical in its own right. And as he enters the church, there's like a cross, like a giant wooden cross on top of the well she's chained to, and the cross snaps off and flies towards Jeff Bridges, and Jeff Bridges nonchalantly goes, grab, chuck. It's that kind of dumb B movie. And then it turns out it's really a dragon lady from the first 5 seconds of the movie, who's played by Julian Dreyfus, which is it Julie Dreyfus? What the hell is her name? I'm gonna find out. But anyway, and she's doing the same fucking thing. She is just hamming this thing up for all it's worth. And, my God, it's Julian Moore. Not Julian Dreyfus. Where did I get Dreyfus? Julian Moore. Okay. Julian Moore plays the villain. And I really like Jeff Bridges and Julian Moore. So watching him in this movie is like, fucking really? Really? This is the one you guys said okay with? Okay. But apparently, and you don't find this out till another 15 minutes later, she's the queen of the witches, and apparently she's really bad business, and she wants to take over the world and all that. And also, so, through a series of unfortunate events, Jon Snow gets the axe, and Jeff Bridges has to look for a new apprentice. But he can only find an apprentice through, and they never explain why on this, it has to be the 7th son of the 7th son. I don't know why. The movie never explains this. It never explains it. It's just, I needed a 7th son for the 7th son. I need him to fight the witch, because apparently this is the closest thing to an application setting we get. Maybe I should do the whole review like Sean Connery. Oh my God, Sean Connery should have done this movie. But I digress. No, Jeff. I'll take Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is okay too. But so he finds this kid named Mr. Wade, I think his name was. But right off again, his introduction and how he gets taken in by this Jeff Bridges guy is so rushed. It takes a long time to learn anything about this character. I mean, if you couldn't, I mean, not that I'm expecting great character work from this movie, but my God, the rushing is so out all over the place. Like, sometimes it lingers too long, other times it lingers way too fast. So it's like, where's the middle ground? But, and from there, it's a lot of the cliche, I'm going to train you, but you don't know what you're doing. You're inexperienced. You don't belong. It's like Kung Fu Panda, except not good, basically. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. Like, the reason I say this is like a Mortal Kombat adaptation is like because this movie has fucking boss battles. And I'm not even kidding. There's a part of the movie where Jeff Bridges starts training Mr. Wade, or Tom, that was his name, Tom, about this book, and he's listing off all of Julian Moore's, like, lieutenants, and they all, like, can transform into something. So there's one guy who's the king of the swords, and he can grow, like, 4 arms and swords in each arm, and he looks kind of like, he kind of looks like Muhammad a little bit, but... Wait, no. The one that... I can't believe I'm blanking on this. Never mind, whatever. He looks like one of those ancient gods that, in a religion I'm not entirely familiar with. No, I had it right. Anyway. And then you have one girl who's ridiculous African garb, and she can transform into a leopard, which I thought was kind of racist. But, and then you have you have the lieutenant guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, who voiced the villain in How to Train Your Dragon 2, who can transform into his own dragon without wings, but when he's in human form, he has, like, the chains of chaos from God of War that he can use to kill people with. And there's a part in the movie where he's fighting Jeff Bridges, and Jeff Bridges says this ridiculous line like, "You'll fight me as a dragon? Do you instead of a man? Do you not have honor?" And then he transforms into human again because I can't believe that worked. And he goes, "You know nothing of dragons." All I could think of is the villain he played in How to Train Your Dragon 2. And now I expect him to start going, "Rah, rah, rah," and summon like his dragon army. Which, in this fucking movie, it would not surprise me if that happened. And then, who else was there? There was a couple, oh yeah, and then you have like this warlock dude who looks like an orc from Shadows of Mordor. This movie feels like a bad video game. Like, I feel like I'm watching this thinking, oh, I watched this. Like, I played this game. It wasn't very good. But, who like has a snake tongue thing, and he's not in the movie very long. Like, all these feel like just sub-bosses before you get to the main boss, who is Julian Moore, who gets taken out surprisingly easily. In fact, the main heroes don't even have to do that much of the work. But the queen has a sister, and the sister has a daughter, and the daughter is sent to spy on Jeff Bridges, but ends up falling in love with the pretty boy, because, yeah, why not? And oh! I forgot about Bear Man. I'm gonna build him up, because I gotta talk about this other stuff first. But the daughter is sent to spy on Gregory and his apprentice, but she's not very good at it, because she keeps letting herself be seen by Tom. And there's this weird scene, like when Tom is taken to Gregory's headquarters for the first time, and they're camping outside for some reason. And, oh yeah, and Gregory also has this henchman named Tusk, who honestly was my favorite character, because he's the only one that had like practical effects makeup on him, and actually like, you know, not terrible for this movie. And I kind of felt bad for the actor. He has no lines. He just goes there, fights things, and just survives things he should not survive, and that's a running joke in the movie. But anyway, they're camping outside, everyone else is asleep, and they're by a lake, and all of a sudden she just swimming naked in the lake. No issues, like, no, she clearly wants to be seen. It's like, you are a terrible spy. So they go, and then she tells him to turn around, and then she magically makes clothes appear. And then, you know, Tom has the nerve to ask later, "Are you a witch?" Fucking duh. But, So she helps her out of the water, and when she grabs his hand, their blue spark appears. And she goes, a blue spark. A blue spark. Legend says that when a witch meets the person they're supposed to walk with for all eternity or for the rest of their lives, there's a blue spark. Oh. Because I was like, wow, okay. Oh my god. There's just a lot of stuff like that where it's like, if this wasn't so dumb that it's kind of funny, I would be so miserable right now. But, yeah. So, you can kind of predict... Oh, I forgot about Bearman. So, there is this guy, one of her other lieutenants, Julianne Moore's other lieutenants, is this guy who can just turn into a giant ass fucking bear. And the funny part is, A, the bear looks like shit, CGI-wise, and, B is also the fact that even if he's not in bear form, he still continues to roar and shit and like scratch at the hero like this, and it looks ridiculous. It's like if I was like started attack someone and went roar, 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 I'm a bear, roar, roar, roar. It's like it's so dumb, and I start laughing. I'm trying to like withhold my laughter because I don't want to piss off the 3 other people in this theater. Then again, I saw the guy behind me. He was kind of chuckling too, so I'm willing to bet he was thinking the same things I was. But yeah, from there you can predict how it's gonna go. Oh, I take that back. There is a plot twist, and spoiler alert, but who cares? I'm gonna go see this movie. Spoiler alert, Tom turns out to be a half-witch, because sure, why not? And, I'm sorry. But, what time is it anyway? I haven't been talking for very long there. Anyway, so, yeah, and which surprised me that Jeff Bridges didn't figure this out sooner. Because what happens is, his mother, before he leaves, gives her this pendant, which you know is going to come back in the plot later, and it does. And that's when Jeff Bridges realizes, oh, this used to belong to evil Queen Witch Lady, but another witch stole it from her. That must mean you must be a half-witch. So I was like, but before then, Tom keeps getting visions of the future. And he tells Jeff Bridges this right off the bat. And he goes, sometimes I see things in the future. And he just goes, that's kind of weird. Doesn't even bother entertaining the fact that he might be a witch. It's like, that's a strange thing that happens. Moving on then. God. Like I said, like, this movie's funny for, like, Jeff Bridges' performance and, Julianne Moore's performance make this movie entertaining. Julianne Moore's not in this enough, unfortunately, because her costume design is ridiculous. She has this big, like the alien tail from, Alien, with like they can stab people. She has that and she keeps using it, and she has these ridiculously long fingernails. It looks like Discount Maleficent, basically. With about the same level of acting quality. And there's a lot of just dumb things that makes the movie watchable. I mean, I'm not angry or anything like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't like it, but I at least got something I enjoyed out of it. So there's that. There is one interesting part, like, one part that kind of made me chuckle, though, is the fact that early on in the movie, when they're fighting Bear Man, they get to the point where, oh, and by the way, this movie also kind of forms a, we are the people kind of thing with witches and humans, apparently, because, humans, like, witch spy lady who falls in love with Tom says something along the lines of, humans are bad, but not all witches are bad. Some, like, not all of us are bad, not all of us should be killed, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a part after she gets that big speech where Bear Man tries to kill both of them, and then they have Bear Man in a corner, and Jeff Bridges says, okay, Tom, you kill him, because you need to know how to do this stuff. And then he hesitates, because he's having a big moral dilemma, and he says, I can't do it. I can't kill him. It's like, he turned into a bear and tried to murder you. That is not we are the people kind of thing. That is no, kill or be killed. Kill that fucker. I do not sympathize with your plight. Kill that bastard. He deserves it. But eventually, of course, he dies, and that makes it, like, makes Jeff Bridges look like the bad guy for killing him. It's like, no! He just turned into a bear and tried to murder you! All bets are off! This movie's so stupid. But then, like, towards the end of the movie, when he has to kill more people, no inhibition, no hesitation. He just kills things left and right without question. And it's really laughable. And it's like, wow. I'm resisting the urge to, like, look at my Facebook. I'm kind of like hiding it under my shirt and all that. It's like, all right, how much longer this movie's over? This movie's 2 hours long, which is like 30 minutes longer than it need to be. This movie should have been about Tusk. The only character I really liked. But, I can't think of anything else to talk about this movie. I mean, I've kind of said, like, the most important bits. I mean, I feel like I should have just said, you know what, screw this, and gone to see, Kingsman instead, because this is the same night that Kingsman or 50 Shades of Grey are coming out, so of course everyone's out to see those movies, no one's out to see this piece of crap. I should have gone to see that, but no, I'm here ranting about another crappy movie, and I'll be here tomorrow to talk about another crappy movie. God, I cannot catch a break. Hopefully Kingsman will break that cycle. I'm looking forward to that one. That one should be fun. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to trailers, so I think I've said as much as I can about this movie. Oh, and I still got SpongeBob I gotta see. Shit. So yeah, what do we got? So, a few of these I've gotten before. I got a couple new ones. I got Terminator Genesis. I got the trailer for that. I've seen the trailer online. This is the first time I've seen it in theaters, and I don't know. I'm not optimistic. The plot looks ludicrous, even for my Terminator standards. This is movies where they should have just stopped at 2. It was like, they should have learned to listen to 3 and just, you know what, we can let this franchise die. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But no, we have to sit through another one, and everyone's pointing out just how stupid the misspelling of Genesis is, and it was made more dumb when I was typing the name of the movie onto my phone, and it said, "Did you mean Genesis with an I?" No, iPhone, I did not. I don't know. Maybe if I'm lucky, it'll be good, but God, I'm not counting on it. And I got Furious 7, which, honestly, it looks really dumb, but I'm kind of curious about it because, again, it could be like the last one that was so ludicrous it was entertaining. But this one does have Jason Statham versus Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham versus Vin Diesel, and for that reason alone, that is enough to get my butt in the seat. So I'm excited for that. That could be fun. I don't know. It's like, it could be so dumb it's laughable, or it could be so dumb that it pushes it too far. We'll see. I mean, the trailer alone had skydiving sports cars and a car driving through a skyscraper into another skyscraper. So we'll see what happens. But the big one I got tonight was this is the first I'm seeing of this, which is the trailer for the remake of Poltergeist. Like, I never saw the original Poltergeist, but I can already tell what this reboot's doing wrong. Way too much CGI, way too much reliance on jump scares. It's the same shit we see them do, mistakes we see them do over and over and over again, where they're just relying on the name, like the brand name of the movie, to get people in the movie theater, regardless whether or not they actually make a reboot that is decent, like does the original justice. That's not the concern here. The concern here is to make a cheap buck, and it shows. I don't know. I'm not optimistic about it. This movie's gonna probably suck. So, I mean, it does have what's his name from Iron Man 2 and crap, why am I blanking? The guy who was... This is why it helps to have someone with me when I do this stuff. That's right. It's Sam something. It's gonna drive me crazy until I Google it. Hold on. I'm into... Who was in this movie? Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell. Okay. This has Sam Rockwell not doing comedy, which worries me, but it still has Sam Rockwell, and I like him, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know. It has Jared Harris in there, too, which, dear God, Jared Harris, I really wish he picked better movies. But, yeah, there's that. And then I got Jurassic World. I'm still worried about that one. I don't know. I'm skeptical at the idea. I feel like... to me, I don't understand why the movie needs a genetically altered dinosaur. Why can't we just have dinosaurs? You have dinosaurs. Like, the concept doesn't make sense to me. So sales of your park are dipping a little bit. You're the only theme park with fucking dinosaurs. It's like that. That should be enough. I mean, Disney occasionally redecorates for a Christmas thing, but they don't do. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I was like, you have dinosaurs. That is all you need. You do not need to worry about making new shit just to get people in the door. And yeah, guess what? It goes wrong. Although I do, now I've seen the Super Bowl spot, I do like the idea of Chris Pratt just leading his own Velociraptor gang. That is kind of awesome. So, yeah. So Seventh Son. Don't go see it. I mean, you're not going to. This is one of those movies you see the trailer for. It's like, that looks dumb. I'm not going to see it. I might... Like, if it's on Netflix and if you're looking for a bad movie to play on bad movie night or something, you could probably do better, but you could certainly do worse. So, it's not as funny as, say, like, Winter's Tale or Dracula Untold, but it's not as bad as, say, Mordecai or any of those other movies. So, yeah, I think that's my spiel. So, thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed my solo review tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow with Project Almanac and our continued effort to catch up on all the shit we have to catch up on. So, bye.